Hi everybody. I wanted to start to make some videos and talk about business. These videos are specifically directed to Vietnam and to the community where I live. I really want to see all of us growing together. And so in this series, I'll talk about many different things about business in general, and specifically things that I observe or I've experienced from business owners as a consultant here. In this first video, I'm going to highlight probably quite a few things, and then later make one video sort of about each thing and break it down a bit more. My first observation is that a lot of people here have a very unrealistic view of business. It's incredible to be part of a developing nation and see things changing so rapidly and so many amazing opportunities coming on board all the time for the Vietnamese people to own their own business and to, have a little bit bigger piece of tourism and of the community that they live in. However, I find a lot with not only friends but people that I've been a consultant for that their expectation of how business works is super unrealistic. And so, aside from starting a Better Business Coalition here in Hanoi, I want to try to share with all of you some advice and some input so that you can start a business of your own that will be successful long term versus just right in the beginning. So one thing that I notice a lot is that people choose to open a business that they have no experience or expertise in. This really isn't going to work out very well for you. You really need to know what you're getting into. You have to be the leader of that business. If you rely on hiring an expert externally to build your business or to drive your business, then from the very beginning, you're losing money because you don't know how to do what you're doing. You've paid someone a large sum of money to come in and do it for you, but then you have no ability to steer your business, to take the reins from them, or to know if they're even doing a good job or not. As I said in another video in my Wake Up Call series, there's often an unrealistic expectation put on staff members and team members of businesses here. For me, I am used to being in an environment that there's a right way and a wrong way. In my first position here, I was doing things above and beyond any example that I ever had or anything that I could imagine. But because no one above me knew what was good or bad, then there was nobody to tell me, oh, you can improve in this way or you can do better in this way. And because I was starting in that field, I really didn't enjoy that experience because it was like the blind leading the blind. Nobody had any clue what was going on. They just expect you to keep walking. And that's really not going to set your business up for success in the future. So I encourage you, first of all, to choose something that you're passionate about, okay? Choose something that you really love, because at the end of the day, your first goal is to work at that business full time, to not have to answer to somebody else, to not have to keep somebody else's time schedule, but to build a business that you can work in, that can make enough money for you to survive, and then you continue to grow that business from there. There's a lot of people that open businesses here and they don't work at them. And in the end, it's going to be a headache. You're opening yourself up for embezzlement from staff, for just an unbelievable amount of problems. So, knowing your business is really the first key to success, especially if you plan to sell it off or take on investors. You really need to be the expert, and you need to be able to sell the business and yourself in such a way that investors say, take my money, I trust you. Along with that is creating a business that will benefit your community or will add something. If I see one more coffee shop open, I just don't even know what I'm going to do. It is insane how many coffee shops are here, and everyone is just like the next one. There's nothing unique about the product, the decor, the service, the location. There's 3 and 4 next to each other. So you're really not differentiating yourself in any way when you think, oh, I just want to own a coffee shop. What is special about your coffee shop? Make it different. At the very least, create some decor. There's a chain here called Kong Cafe. And what they've done is they have this sort of old school military theme. So honestly, I don't go to this business a lot because they allow people to smoke inside, and I'm allergic. Besides, I don't want to breathe secondhand smoke while I'm trying to relax. But they've been successful not because their product is so amazing, but because they have an ambiance. They have an environment that you know when you're going there what to expect. And each one is slightly unique, yet the same. So people like to go there, or when people come to visit, I'll take somebody there, but I won't take them to, the thousands of other places. I don't always like to support a chain, but there aren't enough unique little spots that are special that say if somebody was here for 3 weeks that I could take them to a different one every day and give them a cool experience. So I encourage you to look for something in your neighborhood or in your culture, society that's missing or lagging, or when you go to a similar business that you feel like, I can do better than this. I know I can do better. And that will allow you not only to have success in that initial location, but to take on investors and grow. Another thing that I have found really shocking being in business here is the way that money is, I want to say managed, but mismanaged is the word. Generally speaking, a business, if it has investors, at the end of the month, they clear out their account and give the shareholders money based on whatever was left in the account that month. And that leads to a lot of problems, especially when we face unexpected closures like COVID and things like that. That's not how it works. That's not how investing works in a business. And adjusting this expectation, I think, will allow people to open businesses that continue to develop and grow versus that are struggling month to month, that are paying their staff late, and that have no ability to improve themselves because every month there's this outflow of cash. When you invest in a business, generally you don't get any money back until you sell those shares off. There can be agreements made that, every quarter you get a payment or once a year you get a payment. But unless you work there every day, you should not be getting a payment from your business every day or every month, excuse me. The business needs to create savings. The business needs to have an ability to operate for at least 6 months with no income in order to be healthy. Hopefully, it's even longer than that. But taking on investors, adjusting their expectation of how this works is really going to help long term with the whole of society because everyone will get used to this idea. You don't invest in the stock market and get a payment every month. You invest and you wait long term to see if the stock price rises or lowers, and you make your decision based on that. But you don't get anything back until you sell your share. So this is a really, really important thing that would allow a lot of the businesses that I consulted with to grow and to be better without calling up all the investors. Oh, we need this much, we need this much, we need this much. Additionally, when you pay your staff late, that goes against the integrity of your business. And you're paying them late because you cash out these accounts at the end of the month. And that's not helpful. There's an expectation of, oh, if I build it, they will come. They think that if you just open a business that people are going to come, and I don't have to do any marketing, I don't have to do any back of house planning. I just am going to open the doors and people are going to come forever and I'm going to make money. And that could not be further from the truth, especially in a developing economy where things are changing every day. We now have free trade with the EU, so that means a lot of foreign investment is going to come in and they're going to bring their own expertise. And unless the local community steps up their game, it's going to be very quickly be taken over by foreign investors, foreign business owners. And that's not what I want for the community that I live in. I'm married to a Vietnamese person, so this is my home, and I want my community to be strong on its own, that we can rely on each other and we can rely on the skills and understanding of business that we have in order to protect us from being overwhelmed by foreign business investment and their great decor or their great service and training and things like that. Often here a business will open and it's all bright and sparkly and nice and clean, and then it just constantly goes downhill. There's very few businesses. I've been here over 4 years now, and there's very, very few businesses that reinvest and keep improving their facilities. The ones that do, I support them all the time, not only because they have a great product that has improved on itself, but because their atmosphere and their environment is growing and improving as well. We all start at one level in our business, but you're either going up and improving or you're falling straight down. There's no in between. Surviving your business is not the point of a business. Your business should be growing, developing, changing, and getting better every single day, from your product to your staff to the atmosphere. A lot of people, they don't know that they should be cleaning their business. You go into a place, and even some of the places I like, the fans are so filthy. We have a lot of dust here in Hanoi, and so people don't clean the fan. They don't clean the vents. The walls are covered in fingerprints or dirt or grime. The floor, everything you can tell from opening day has only deteriorated. There's a sense of pride you should take in your business if you're the owner, that it is the best that it can be. Maybe it's not fancy, but if you take care of it, people will recognize that. Also, I believe that dirt and grime collect energy. So the energy you're collecting in your space, is it you reinvesting and pushing your business forward, or is it greasy fingerprints and dirt and grime accumulating on the walls, on the fans? Are you reprinting your sign? There's several businesses that I like, and because of the sun here is very harsh, it bleaches advertising that quick. I mean, it's very, very quick. However, you should be aware of this, and you should be building into your business budget, okay, every 6 months I need to replace the graphics on the front of my business because they're so sun bleached, nobody can tell. Nobody's excited by the bit of marketing I've done, which is a whole another point, that marketing your business, getting it out there, is so vital to your business survival and growth. If you have marketed your business well, in times like these where we have to pull back and our businesses are closed, one, you've taken my advice and you've kept money in your accounts so you can continue to pay your rent and pay your staff and take care of the people that are committed to your business, rather than telling them, oh, I don't have any money left. You have a responsibility when you hire someone to look out for them. If they have a family, you have a responsibility to their family also. So when you take care of your business and when your staff see you and when you give them that responsibility, right? I go into businesses all the time, and what I see, everybody on their phone. Nobody looks up. Nobody cares. They don't care if you buy something or not. One, because the owner doesn't invest in them. The owner doesn't show them caring and guidance. And two, because they're not trained. They don't actually know any better. They don't know how this looks. I want, in this time of tourism being closed off, for all of us as a community to learn enough and improve enough that when the consumers come back, that they're not going into businesses that are dirty. They're not taking photos that are actually hurting the reputation of Vietnam, but that in the photos, one thing here, people, They're eating and they have trash and it just goes onto the floor. Just throw it on the floor and you can go in and see trash everywhere on the floor. And I don't want to eat there. I already can see COVID everywhere. I can see that this is dirty. I can see that you don't even know what clean is. There's a cleaner in the building. No one taught her how to clean. No one showed her the best way, what is actually clean. So it's always to her standard. So I have to redo things when I do let her in to do the floors and windows occasionally. But if somebody had trained her and somebody had given her the tools she needed to be excellent, she would be more appreciated. And next time she comes, the job would probably be a bit easier because she did such an excellent job the first time. Now, even I have tried to show, oh, this, needs to be improved in this and this. Is it consistent? No, because the lack of integrity and the lack of always doing your best, which I discussed in the last episode of Wake Up Call with Antenyata, episode 7. This deterioration of the business, from the marketing to the filth accumulating on everything, you need to go into your business every day with fresh eyes that you are the consumer. You need to tell your staff and teach them the same things and reward them for going above and beyond, for recognizing things that are broken, faded, dirty. They don't need to be on their phone. You're paying them to be there to do a job. And in the West, we often say, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. My expectation for my team is never, ever to be on their phone. If they want to do some studying or work that's going to improve their future, that is one thing. But when you're on your phone playing games and distracted, your customer instantly knows they are not your priority. And this is not something I'm willing to accept in my own business or the businesses that I consult for. Another big thing is that there is absolutely zero planning. For the business that we are preparing to open now, I spent 7 months doing all of the back of house operations, creating the cost codes, creating and testing and developing my recipes, creating an accounting system that would allow me to easily and accurately monitor the profits of my business so that I can grow or take on investors if I need to create all of these, we call it SOP, Standard Operating Procedure, a way that things are done every single time so that it's easy for me to train someone how to operate my business, and then it's easy for them to train somebody how to operate the business, rather than just a free-for-all, when you come in, do what you do. No, we need to have a schedule for people. We need to set a very clear expectation. And part of doing that and owning that information is you planning and setting up your business in a proper way. Business, you can't just take money every day. You need to know, when I take this money, what did that item cost me? What did the ice, the cup, the coffee, the milk, the cream, the sugar, what was the cost, the exact cost on that? What was my exact profit? There's a lot of planning that goes into opening a healthy business and one that can grow and expand. And the operating procedures, the costing codes, all of this back of house stuff that is very, very boring is vital to your business. I taught myself graphic design in order to get the tools together that I needed for my business. I don't enjoy working on computers, so it was a very challenging thing for me. But I'm so proud of what I produced. And because I've spent so much time focusing on the marketing, right? How do I get people's attention when they're driving by on their motorbike? How can I create bags, boxes, signage, and storefronts in such a way that nobody can drive by without at least looking or making an imprint in their mind? Next time I go by there, I want to slow down and see what that's about. Where we live now, Observation almost doesn't exist. People generally don't see anything that's outside of, their fingertips or their phone. So that was a big challenge for me because I come from a luxury background, working for some of the finest retailers in the world. But I had to go into a new mindset in order to create marketing for my new business. I had to think, what is it that we cannot go by without looking? What is it that grabs the attention of adults and children alike that's going to make them stop in their tracks? And even if they don't buy something, that's going to make them notice and recognize my marketing efforts. Because in the future, that impression that you make will pay off. They will come back because you made an impression. If you're just another coffee shop and you made no impression, they're going to just go get any coffee anywhere because yours isn't special, different in any way. Maybe it's just customer service that you differentiate yourself with. This is the cheapest and easiest and really the best way to improve your business, because not only does it reflect on your business and you as a leader and business owner, but it will allow your team, your staff, to have tools that are going to allow them to progress in their life. They're not going to work for you forever, but you have a responsibility to give them tools that will allow them to be better in their next job. Maybe they leave you and go somewhere that has no service, right? But because they were trained so well by you, their new manager will recognize that, hopefully. I tend to be of the belief that if someone doesn't possess the skills you have, they cannot recognize them in you. And it can be very frustrating for somebody like me who has a high level of integrity, that knows a lot about what the best looks like and gives that no matter what. If I agree to work for someone, no matter the wage, no matter the compensation, no matter what comes back, I always give my best. It's led me to leave a lot of companies, a lot of jobs. But in the end, those that were able to recognize my skill benefited greatly from the skills that I have worked hard to improve and that I push myself every day to execute. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I think this is enough basic information to get you thinking about your new business, to get you thinking about, okay, if I want to open a business, what is something unique I can offer? What is something special I can do that does not exist here? Maybe it is a coffee shop. Okay, build a coffee shop in such a way that it doesn't exist. For me, I tried to bring something here that would not conflict with Vietnamese people. That was not a business that they would probably be likely to open, because I don't want to compete or take away from this place. I want to add something new. I want to bring something, from my culture to here that will be an addition to the way that we live and be something fun and practical that everybody can have access to. Maybe you want to have a restaurant. Great. Make your restaurant the cleanest, most efficient restaurant with the best service and the best food that you can imagine. There are so many burger places here, and it's real easy to differentiate and to find the 2 or 3 that have really excellent food and the rest that are all the same, or that don't clean out their grease trap, or they don't improve their business, they don't reprint their marketing. Your customer will not just continue to come blindly. People like what's new and fresh. So you need to make your business in such a way that there's always something new and fresh. There's always something that people can count on, a consistency of the quality, of the environment, of the service level, of the pricing, that people know, if I go here and I bring my friend here, or I go on a date here, the environment is going to be clean, cool, calm, collected, and everybody's going to have a good time and have something excellent to enjoy. I really, really hope that I can continue to develop this series. Once we're out of social distancing restrictions, I will go out and I will give you real examples of what I am referencing and the kinds of things that I see every day that can be improved. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like or subscribe. I'm going to continue to make lots of notes and bring more videos. Sometimes they'll just be a quick TikTok, just mention something, just to show you something. The point of this is to get you thinking in a different way about establishing a business, building a business, opening a business, marketing a business, and the future health of your business. It's not just going to go on its own. And either you're going to invest all your money and lose it, or you're going to invest your money and you're going to keep investing and keep investing and keep investing to grow and improve your business for the future. That's all for today, everybody. Bye-bye.